Hi everyone, welcome to the world of Clan Wars with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and today's 2 Up Tuesday video is going to be 2 Tier 10 10 vs 10 Clan Wars replays from the old mates from 2AR. 2AR clan, part of the 1AR group, and a great bunch of lads and ladettes. I met a few of them at Cairns just a couple of weeks ago for Oz Armour Fest, and I can tell you what, it was an absolute pleasure. And this video is also a shout out to all the clans that don't normally do Tier 10 Clan Wars, that are going out there having a red hot go. Clans such as 2AR and of course HMNZ. HMNZ are also in this battle, and that's who 2AR are taking up first. And their second opponent might surprise you. But anyway, unlike some clans like 2AR and HMNZ might not have the flexibility of tank selection that some of the bigger clans might have, and you might be thinking, oh, it's a little bit of an odd choice for tanks on Serene Coast. An IS-7, a Kranwagen, which we're looking from Flowing Panic's point of view. 2 Object 277s, a very popular tank. The Super Conqueror T57, WZ 11158, a Batchat, an Object 140, and a T100 LT. You don't see too many T100 LTs now that the EBRs are out there. But of course, one of the quirks, I guess, of the smaller clans or the developing clans or the clans that have been focused on Tier 8 clan wars or Tier 8 skirmishes or Tier 6 skirmishes, all that kind of stuff, is they're not going to have that that in-depth tank selection, but it's not stopping them anyway. These some of these clans, what you might call baby clans or developing clans, whatever you want to call them, the clans that aren't the big powerhouses that we have out there that have got every tank you can imagine up their sleeve, they're having a red hot go. And for that, high five to all those clans that are doing that. Flowing Panic in the Kranwagen, the 3-shot auto-loading Swedish heavy tank. It used to be a 4-shot, but they've made the gun handling a bit better, I believe. The reload time's obviously been shortened because there's only 3 rounds in the clip now. But and of course, once you've unloaded 3, you don't seem to doesn't seem to take too long before it's reloaded. Now HMNZ looks like they're having a red hot go, heading straight for. They've gone for a very, very aggressive push on the cap, which is a valid strategy. They've pushed their tanks right down the middle. You can see they do have some more meta tanks, I guess you would say. A heap of Object 277s and 258s. They're the only ones that have been spotted. There's still room here for a couple more. Not obviously, tanks don't come up on the right hand side of the screen until you spot the tanks, and that's called Fog of War for anyone who's new at Clan Wars. Now, Flowing Panic doing the right thing, putting one shot into the 5A, one shot into the other 5A to reset the cap, and that's brought the cap count back down to about 50 odd seconds. One tank's been destroyed on each team, the Object 140 and the Object 277, as Flowing Panic reloads his gun. Looks like he's going to relocate on the other side of these train lines to help with the Super Conqueror and the Object 277. Get rid of these 277s over here on the southern part of the map, and then they can probably go on for the push. Shoots and rams the Object 277. Takes a damaging shot in return. Puts another. Oh, did he put another one into him? I think he's about to. Wants to wait until he doesn't shoot the gun. Shoots him and gets the kill. That leaves 1 round left, and he's going to use that for a reset. I think he might have tracked him with the reset. 4-2 the score now. It's an all-in brawl on the southern part of Serene Coast, and there's 2 tanks still pushing the cap. The 5A, which has just been taken out, and the 277, which is still on there. It's not really much. It looks like the T100 LT will have that one covered, and that just leaves a couple more tanks. 6-3 the score. Only 3 tanks have gone down so far for 2AR. And here comes a Rogue Centurion Action X coming down for the fight at 277 as Flowing Panic's auto-loading Swedish gun is ready to rock and roll again. Shoots, didn't penetrate all his shot, but he's got 2,196 hit points of damage up his sleeve so far, which isn't too bad for a 10 versus 10 game. Auto aims on the Centurion Action X, waits for his gun to reload, and he's going for the APCR rounds, which is probably not a bad choice when you're going up against something without too much armour, but the T57 heavy kills the Centurion Action X, and now he's looking for that Super Conqueror. Super Conqueror on 1,080 odd hit points. The T100 LT looking a bit nervous, but the Super Conqueror looking a bit nervous as well. Super Conqueror shoots Flowing Panic rather than the T100 LT, and the Leviathan of Void picks up the last kill of that game, and it looks like they've won that one 9-3. Did they go in short in it? Maybe they did. Did they go in short? No, they haven't. There's still 1 tank remaining. Let's quicken it up. Somebody's picking the eastern part of the map. Flowing's just gone crash straight into the rock. I've miscounted that one. Miscounted the tanks on that one. There's still 1 enemy tank remaining. Possibly AFK or maybe flips. Who knows? He's got 2 rounds left. You can see he's thinking about reloading, as you probably would consider it if you're in an auto loader. But with the score on 9-3, it's probably not such a bad idea to only 2 shots left. It's not a bad idea not to take the reload. Got one of those 2 shots into the side of the T110E3. The T110E3 making an interesting decision with the 10 versus 10, leaving one back at base. I don't know if that is a solid choice to HMNZ, but HMNZ, at least they're having a red hot go, and that's the main thing. HMNZ, they've been around for a long time, and I'm not sure if they've been doing tier 10 clan wars for long or not, but it's good to see the clans that don't normally do the tier 10 clan wars getting out there and having a red hot go. Now, it might have looked like a little bit of a one-sided battle, but it wasn't. At the start of it, look, HMNZ, I don't think they were too far off getting that cap, and sometimes on 10 versus 10, that big cap rush is a valid strategy. And of course, they certainly did have the meta tanks. Other than you don't see many Centurion Action X's, but there's plenty of E3s, Super Conquerors, 277s, and 5As. And of course, 2AR mixing it up a little bit with the T100 LT, getting the top score in that game. Cranwagon, Flowing Panic, having a ripper as well with over 3,000 hit points of damage. 277 with over 3.5, and a good mix from the other players as well. Not a bad game. 2AR versus HMNZ on Serene Coast, 10 versus 10. Let's move on to the second battle. And the second battle is going to be something a little bit different. Not quite as fast as furious as the last one. This is Murovanka. Again, 10 versus 10. Murovanka up against old rivals 1AR. And gee, I hope if I'm in the 1AR team, I really hope I don't make a fool of myself in this one. I haven't. Not too sure. Anyway, this time it's Flying Panic in the Grill 15, the tier 10 German tank destroyer, the one with a really accurate gun, and that's one of the skins that they gave out during the Christmas boxes, the first lot of Christmas boxes, or the second, about nearly 2 years ago now. I was lucky enough to pick one of these bad boys up, and I reckon it looks absolutely fantastic with that cage on the back helping the gun when the gun recoils or whatever it does. I don't know. Anyway, what have we got this time? 2AR got one IS-7, 3 Object 277s, a 705A, Super Conqueror Batchat, a Badger, Grill, and an EBR 105. Now, you don't see many remember when the Badgers first came out? People were talking about how OP the Badgers might be when the Badgers first come out. With a massive DPM, but you don't really see them much too much. Every now and then 1AR use them, but you wouldn't say it would be a common occurrence. Anyway, 3 of the 1AR lads have been spotted, and I tell you what, seeing those 3 tanks, 1AR aren't taking this one lying down. They're taking this one seriously. They're not putting in the B team, not putting in anyone. They'll be having a red hot go. Don't worry about that. Hyphen jump in there. Chieftains, and of course the EBR 105 running around on the eastern side of the map. You can see on the mini map both EBR 105s running around there, trying to get some kind of vision, information, intel, whatever you want to call it. The 2 EBR, you can't see them from Flying Panic's point of view, but the 2 EBRs there running around and guessing, possibly trying not to trip over. We've all seen it happen. We've all seen the EBRs flip over in the air with the. That's the way. Maybe it's a balancing factor. I don't know. Anyway, 2AR versus 1AR, 10 versus 10 clan wars on Murovanka. This is going to be a little bit different to that last game. Blowing Panic in the Grill. Spots a couple of tanks there, a couple of 277s. Again, 1AR going for the meta tanks. They're not leaving anything in the bag against 2AR just because they're friends. IMC Jibby and Tanker Hayachi in their 277s. 2 Chieftains, which we've already seen. A 907. Where was the 907 spotted? Over there at E1. That's my old mate Icarus. And Maddie in the EBR. As mentioned, 2AR bringing... That's slightly different lineup that you might expect, but again, sometimes with the clans that aren't fully focused on doing tier 10, sometimes tank choice is not as fantastic as some of the clans which is more tier 10 clan wars focused. An IS-7, 3 277s, 705A, Super Conqueror, Batchat, Badger, Grill, and EBR 105. Just the one light tank, just the one medium tank. And it looks like 1AR are possibly doing the same. One light, one medium, and maybe the rest heavies. But unfortunately for 2AR, only 6 1AR tanks have been spotted. Of course, it's 10 versus 10. Fog of War is in effect. That's why you only see the tanks that have been spotted on the right-hand side of the screen, and that's part of Fog of War. That's part of how Clan Wars works. My old mate Icarus in the 907 is looking for some vision down the one line. Flying Panic puts a shot into the side of the Russian Tier 10 reward tank, the Object 907, for 690 hit points. And he knows before his 6th sense goes off that he's going to be spotted here. But that takes a lot of health out of the very strong tank, the Object 907. So he falls back to minimise the chance of him getting hit. And in case 1AR bring artillery, that would certainly hurt if an artillery round went anywhere near the grill. Grill 15, not known for its armour, known for its gun. Something else for 400 hit points just goes into the Object 907, and it'll be a pretty good advantage for 2AR if they can get rid of that Russian medium tank. Flying Panic looking down there towards the 2-3 line, where the heavy tanks are. The 277s both staying hull down, not doing anything too silly. The Batchat on 2AR's team, you can see, has flown out there to the east. The EBR, they lost the EBR, but then the Batchat went out and killed the enemy EBR, which is my old mate Matty 1, and that brings us all back to 1-1. One tank from each team have been taken out, the 2 EBRs. The Batchat's picked up that kill, and now possibly the Batchat playing the scouting role over there on the eastern side of this map. The Magical Forest, that's what they all call it. And he's taking his time. He'd love to shoot that Object 277, knowing if he does it, he will lose his position. He will give his position away. That's why he's probably being a little bit conservative. It's going to take their time. Now, there we go. They know that 1AR have bought artillery, and that's what Flying Panic's looking at over there, looking at those heavy tanks down here at H3. They've all got a little bit stunned. So there's an arty on enemy team. It's Abe Froman in the artillery. This is what happens with Fog of War. If somebody does some damage, which is, of course, they do got some damage, but they didn't get spotted, so it comes up as dot. That's what Fog of Wars does. Now, artillery got hit by artillery again, and that'll be Abe Froman again, and he knows that artillery is up there because the direction indicated. That's where the artillery round came from. 1-1's the score. Flying Panic and 2AR taking their time here. You can see the Batchat 25T on the eastern part of the map. You don't know how many hit points he has. He might be high, he might be low, he might be somewhere in the middle. He's trying to get vision over there. Artillery has another shot, and look, that didn't take any health out of those 2 heavy tanks, the 277 and the Super Conquerors, but it looks like Ragged Gooseman and Flying Panic both doing helping each other out with a call here. Looks like they might be going to make a bit of a move. 1-1's a score. Like I said at the start of this video, this is a shout out to those clans that don't normally do Tier 10 clan wars, but they're having a red hot go now that the Tier 8 map has been removed permanently or temporary. I'm not too sure. I don't know. I don't have any inside information on whether Tier 8 clan wars is staying or going. No idea at all. What the move might be on. Artillery has another go. It looks like Flying Panic moved just at exactly the right time. If he had moved 2 seconds later, then my old mate Abe Froman would have landed a big bad artillery shell right on top of the Grill 15. And of course, Grill 15 with no armour whatsoever is going to. He would have copped it. He would have copped it. That's for sure. Redlining it down the east. Object 277 hits his gun. He surely is no longer spotted. I reckon that was just a very lucky blind shot for one of those Object 277s. Something unloading into the 277s now over there on the west. The Batchat 25T, you can see over there, still on full health, which is a very good advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4 heavy tanks are backing up the Batchat, and looks like the chieftains from 1AR are also relocating and having a look in the Magical Forest. 3 chieftains, Hyphen, Goldie, and Jump On Up. They love their chieftains, that's for sure. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? It's not a bad tank at all. Finally, the Object 907 goes down to Thunderpants in the 277. That brings the score back to 2-1. And right now, the lads and ladettes from 2AR is saying, I reckon we might have this, boys and girls. We might have this. Flying Panic showing great patience, kicking back in the trees. There's a bit of a battle going on in the east, but it looks like he's looking that way, but his gun's still aiming towards the west. The bit of red line stuff happening on the 1-2 line, but when half of your team is over there in the east, whoever's left in the west isn't going to be able to really push in there. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. You can see it. So you can see the fight going on there. Artillery is pounding those Object 277s. One's down to 873 hit points. One's on 2,000. Batchat's down to 925. The 705 just got hit down to 804. They've taken out one of the chieftains, Goldie, bringing the score back to 3-1, and they'll be looking at that. They'll be looking at that advantage over there. And unfortunately, the Batchat's reloading. If the Batchat was ready to rock, you could have joined that push and just cleaned out the last 2 remaining heavy tanks, which they've gotten rid of one of them. They've gotten rid of Jump in his chieftain, and the 705A from Blue Hunter's been taken out, and now Flying Panic doing the right thing now, focusing on helping his friends in the west. The Batchat's coming back to try and do the same. 3 heavy tanks in the east going to be chasing that last chieftain. Flying Panic looking for a target. A 277, another 277, 3 3 tanks there. 1277 gets taken out. There's still 2 more down there in that southwest corner up against the Super Conqueror and the Badger. The Badger goes down. What is it now? 2 versus 1. The Batchat's coming flying in. Flying Planet's coming flying in, knowing if he can get 1 or 2 shots into these bad boys, then they can really, they'll be winning this. Shoots and tracks the Object 277. Batchat coming in like a wrecking ball to try to get rid of these tanks, and he's got flying, wants to keep his gun firing. Can't afford to not help his mates out here. One of them is a one-shot, and that's what he's looking at. The kill. Gets rid of the Object 277. The only one Object 277 left now, and the Batchat's going for the flanking maneuver. The SCOM goes there for the ram and puts a shot into him at the same time, and now all of a sudden the score at 7-4. All of a sudden the baby clan is going to try and take on the daddy clan. They're going to get him. 7-4 is the score. Only 3 enemy tanks remaining. I'm quicking it up because this one does go for a little while. Abe Froman, we know what he loves to play, and we know where it came from. A few minutes ago now, they're flying for. I've gotten the replay going a little bit quicker because these are not the fastest tanks in the world. There's a GWE 100. There's another Chieftain. That's my old mate Hyphen, and of course the Object 907. Object 907 AFK, maybe, possibly 907 might be AFK. I'm not too sure. And I think they've worked that out, so they might be saying, all right, forget the AFK guy, get the guys that are playing this game flying into Hyphen in the T95 FV 201. The Chieftain, here they go. They've got to go. They've just got to don't stuff around, just get straight into it and get them. 7-4 is the score. Shoots and bounces. The GWE 100 on 550 hit points. The Batchat going for the kill on the German artillery. The 907 clearly AFK. Batchat puts one into the Arty, and that kills the Arty. That brings it back to 9-4, and that just leaves the Object 907. 2AR doing the right thing. It would be very, very tempted to shoot an AFK tank when you're playing this game. But of course, if the tank's AFK, it doesn't matter. You just got to shoot the ones that are playing the game. Shoots him. Was that a ram kill? Oh, it was a ram kill by one of them, Dark Avenger, I think, in the Object 277. And look, anybody can beat anybody on the day. That's for sure. Don't pretend any different. Flying Panic, thank you very much for the replays. That was Murovanka, 1AR versus 2AR. It was also Serene Coast, 2AR versus HMNZ. And once again, not a bad game at all. I think from memory, Westy had a little bit of problem with his internet connection for the 907 towards the end, but don't take anything away from 2AR. It happens. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes we lose connection. Sometimes cars hit the power pole out the front of the house. Who knows what happens? But anyway, a good game, and very good patience shown there by 2AR. Not trying to rush it, just taking their time and beating 1-0. And it's always a good feeling when you beat somebody who you know. It's like the Aussies and the Kiwis in any kind of sports, or the Palms, you name it. Anyway, that was a video featuring 2AR clan. 2AR versus 1AR on Murovanka. 2AR versus HMNZ on Serene Coast. And a massive shout out to all the clans who maybe don't normally do Tier 10 clan wars, pulling their socks up, having a red hot go, such as 2AR and HMNZ. And there's plenty of others out there. Well done for having a red hot go. And, maybe coming in with a lineup that may not be exactly what you want, maybe because of tank selection, maybe because some players aren't available. And it's not just for 2AR, I mean for any clan who normally focuses on tier 8s or just normal platoons or randoms, and they're having a go at the tier 10 map. I reckon that's absolutely fantastic. Once again, thanks for the replays, Flying Panic. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and see you all next time. I do mean it, folks. I do mean it. I reckon it's fantastic to see. I look at the global map now and I see all these clans that haven't done 10s either for a long, long time or at all. And it's really good to see people having a red hot go. It's the only way they're going to, really improve or get the rewards or experience that kind of gameplay. It's a lot different to tier 6s and tier 8s, and of course it's a lot different to randoms and normal platoons, skirmishes, all that kind of jazz. A massive shout out to all the clans out there who don't normally do tier 10s. Well done for having a red hot go and not just having a dummy spit about it or whatever you want to say. There's been a bit of unrest in the forums about clan wars and about the game itself. But to anyone who's having a red hot go, then good on them, especially the developing clans out there, for lack of a better word. Thanks again for watching, and thanks for the replays. Take care, and see you all next time.